Hi, everyone, and welcome to English for You. I'm Erin.
And I'm Joe.
So today we're going to talk about company cutbacks.
Now, this is what happens when a company needs to lay people off because they can't afford that many staff members.
Now, this is something that has been happening for a long time, but as we advance in technology more and get more and more modern, it's happening even more.
Right, that's because it's getting cheaper and easier to use machines to do the work that humans once did.
Right. Unfortunately, that often means that there are fewer jobs to go around.
This is not only hard on the employees that lose their jobs, but also on the economy and everyone else around them. Because, if you don't have a job, you can't spend money.
Right. And so that it ruins the economy and businesses start to go under and more people lose jobs.
Now, it's a pretty bad cycle, actually.
Now, one really difficult part of making these cutbacks is actually deciding which employees have to go and telling them about that decision.
Yeah, I'm sure that can be an awkward moment, telling somebody they have to be let go. And that's what we're going to talk about in day one of today's article.
All right, well, let's get started on that now.
Reading. Announcing company cutbacks. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to the announcement. As you all know, our company's sales have been going down for the past year. Several of our new products were not successful. What's more, our competitors are simply doing better than we are. As a result, I'm sad to announce that we will be making cutbacks here at the company. Everyone, please stay calm. I'm giving you this news with great disappointment, trust me. The management has decided to lay off half of the company's workers. Those of you who are affected will be given severance packages. This is to help you while you find a new job and to thank you for your service. I'm truly sorry about this, but we have no choice. The financial pressure we're under is simply too great. However, if we rebound from this and hire more workers, those who were laid off will be our first choices.
So today's article starts out by saying, "Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to the announcement." So we're going to look at the noun announcement here first. It's spelled A-N-N-O-U-N-C-E-M-E-N-T, announcement. An announcement is an important or official statement that is made to the public. For example, we might say, the CEO made a surprising announcement yesterday. He plans to retire next year.
So today's article is actually an announcement, like we said.
Yep.
So the boss is going to tell the employees something.
Right, let's find out how he begins. The article says, "As you all know, our company's sales have been going down for the past year."
So this is one of the main reasons you'll have company cutbacks. When sales go down, profits are down, and some people have to go, I guess.
Yeah. If companies aren't selling enough, they're probably not making enough to pay their employees, really, so...
Now, the article gives us an example of why this might happen. It says, several of our new products were not successful.
So they obviously didn't sell very well. And that's not great, but it's not the only reason. The article also says, what's more, our competitors are simply doing better than we are. Now, the vocabulary word competitor, spelled C-O-M-P-E-T-I-T-O-R, competitor is a noun. Now, a competitor is a person, company, or other group that is trying to be more successful than another person, company, or group. For example, we might say this company sells twice as many products as its competitors.
So there are two reasons that the company in today's article is making cutbacks.
So first, their new products didn't sell very well, and there are other companies selling similar products that are doing better. Maybe it's a phone company or something like this, and there's so many phone companies now that are selling
smartphones.
Yeah, that it's difficult to be at the top company.
Yeah, just ask the people at HTC how hard that is. It's a very tough business. It's very competitive. But now is when we get to the really scary part.
Right. The article says, as a result, I'm sad to announce that we will be making cutbacks here at the company. So let's look at the noun cutback. It's spelled C-U-T-B-A-C-K, cutback. And it's a reduction in something or the act of reducing something, making something smaller or lesser. For example, we might say there isn't enough money to pay teachers nowadays because of government spending cutbacks.
So what's happening here is that they're cutting back the staff, just means reducing the number of staff that they have, or laying staff off. That's another phrase, to lay off, cut back. It means the same thing. And it just means to reduce or cut down the number of employees.
Right. So I'm sure you can imagine what's going to happen as soon as your boss says something like this.
Yeah, everyone knows it's not going to be good news after this. If it were me, this would probably be the time when I would get a little bit upset. And the article tells us, everyone please stay calm. Yes, the boss has to say this because everyone knows what's coming. They know it's not going to be, hey, you're getting a raise or everyone's getting a Christmas bonus.
Right.
No, they know it's going to be bad news coming.
Right, and they're probably all very upset, maybe saying some things in the office now. So it's pretty hard to stay calm in a situation like this. It's not easy. But it's not easy for everyone. The boss continues by saying, I'm giving you this news with great disappointment. Trust me.
That's right. As hard as it is to hear something like this, to be the employee that's hearing the announcement, it's certainly not easy to be the one giving this announcement. You kind of have to feel a little bit sorry for the boss, the one that has to stand up and say, I'm sorry, but some of you won't have jobs next week or next month.
Yeah. And that's why he's disappointed or unhappy that something doesn't go the way you want it to. He's probably just as disappointed as the employees. But we've yet to see the worst part. The article says the management has decided to lay off half of the company's workers.
That's extreme. That's a lot.
That is a lot of people. But let's take a look at the noun management, spelled M-A-N-A-G-E-M-E-N-T, management. Management means the people who are in charge of a company or organization. For example, we might say, these important decisions have to be made by the management, not the regular staff.
That's right. The management are always the people that are kind of in charge, the ones that are telling the staff or the regular workers what they have to do and when they have to do it.
Right. So now we also saw the phrase lay off here. We've used this a couple of times already in the article. To lay someone off means to end their employment because there is not enough work.
And in this scenario or this story, they're laying off half the workers. That's quite a few. You don't often see it that extreme.
That extreme, right.
Usually they lay off, say, 5%, 10% and start there. But this is half right away. So we know this company is not doing very well.
Well, luckily, in most countries, when a company lays people off like this, there's usually a law in place that requires the company to help these people.
That's right. They have to provide them with some sort of maybe financial assistance when they leave. They don't just say, sorry, no more jobs. Bye-bye. Good luck.
Well, hopefully if they're a good company, they come through with something like this. So there's a bit of good news in today's article. It says, those of you who are affected will be given severance packages. So let's look at the word affect, spelled A-F-F-E-C-T, affect. This is a verb. To affect something means to do something that changes or influences something else. For example, we might say Zika fever is a disease that affects the way babies develop before they are born.
So these people that are affected by the cutbacks, the people that are going to lose their jobs, they're going to get severance packages. packages. What's a severance package?
Well, a severance package is money that a company gives you because the company can no longer give you work. Now, this is something that you get when you're laid off. However, if you're fired for a different reason, such as not following the rules or a poor work performance, you do not receive a severance package.
That's right. If you're just not a good employee and they fire you, you don't get one of these. It's only if they have to lay you off because the company is not doing so well.
Right. So let's find out what this company is going to give in the severance package. The article says, this is to help you while you find a new job and to thank you for your service.
So it should be enough money to help you survive while you're looking for a new job, I guess.
Right. And so some companies are much better than others. They'll judge on how long you've worked there and give you more. And, some will give a standard 2 or 3 months of salary. Well, hopefully it doesn't take too long to find another job, but the article continues by saying, I'm truly sorry about this, but we have no choice.
That's right. They often say this in these sorts of announcements. They say they don't have a choice in doing this. It's something they have to do because if they didn't lay people off, the company would probably lose all their money. And then instead of half the people still having jobs, nobody would have jobs.
Right. And that's what happens when someone goes bankrupt, basically. That's not a situation you really want to happen. So the boss explains a bit further. The financial pressure we're under is simply too great. Now, we see the adjective financial here spelled Financial, financial. Something that's financial is related to money. For example, if you need financial assistance, please speak to the loan manager at the bank. That's
right. The word financial is just always associated with money. We often talk about financial matters. That means that somebody is just talking about money. But here we saw it in combination with the word pressure.
Right. So the noun pressure, spelled Pressure, pressure, means the events or conditions that cause changes to the way something develops. For example, we might say sometimes children do things they don't want to because of social pressure.
So there's a lot of reasons why they're having these cutbacks or layoffs, which we talked about before. We have this financial pressure that the company is under. The products didn't do that well. So there's a lot of reasons why they have to do this.
Right. But there's one more piece of information in the announcement. It's another piece of good news, but it's important to remember that it's something that might not always happen. So don't always get your hopes up for this. The article says, however, if we rebound from this and hire more workers, those who were laid off will be our first choices. Now, we saw the verb rebound here. It's spelled rebound, rebound, and it means to increase again after decreasing. So first you go down and then you go back up. We know it's something that happens again because of the prefix re, which in English means again. So another example could be return, which means to go back again. Another example of rebound could be the birth rate declined in the 1990s, but it rebounded in the 2000s and is now stable.
So what this means is that their sales have dropped, they have gone down, but if they go back up again, the company will hire some of the old employees back if they haven't found another job somewhere else by then.
Right. Now, it might not happen, but if it does, that's great news for everyone.
Well, unfortunately, that brings us to the end of the article, so let's go ahead and go to our For You chat to finish up.
For You chat.
Today on the program, we've been listening to an announcement in which people learned that some of them won't have jobs. They're going to get laid off, or there's going to be cutbacks at the company. So, Erin, let's put you in the position of the boss here.
All right.
How would you lay someone off if you were a company boss?
Well, I've never been a company boss, so luckily I've never been in this position. But I guess if I was, I would try to make sure that the employee knew it wasn't their fault. I mean, we don't want to divulge too much or give too much information about the company's maybe position financially, I guess, but it's important to know that if you're laying them off, it's not because of their poor work performance. It's because the company is not doing as well as they could with their finances, their money.
So it's the classic, it's not you, it's me speech. Okay.
Which might not always be easy to hear, but I mean, there are things I think that employers can do to make it a bit easier, such as maybe give recommendation letters. So they say, when they go to try to find a new boss, they don't say, oh, I was fired. They can show the new boss a letter that says, oh, I was a good employee. This company just couldn't afford to hire me anymore.
That's right. They just didn't have the money to pay me. It's not that I didn't perform well. And,
right.
And that's what a letter of recommendation says. It says this person was a great employee. They were just let go for financial reasons, and you should hire them, basically. But what are some other things that you might do if you had to lay somebody off?
Well, obviously there's the one that we talked about in the article, which is provide a severance package. That's the money that they get, right? And it helps them find a new job, helps them pay their expenses. But there's also ways to not just make your employee feel like now that you don't work there, you don't care about them.
Or you don't exist.
Right. So give them support, answer any questions they have, maybe, give them ideas for where to go find new jobs, websites, searching, stuff like that.
Okay, those are all excellent suggestions, and you guys can talk about this amongst yourselves as well. We're out of time for today's edition of English for You. Until next time, I'm Joe.
And I'm Erin.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Announcing company cutbacks. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to the announcement. As you all know, our company's sales have been going down for the past year. Several of our new products were not successful. What's more, our competitors are simply doing better than we are. As a result, I'm sad to announce that we will be making cutbacks here at the company. Everyone, please stay calm. I'm giving you this news with great disappointment, trust me. The management has decided to lay off half of the company's workers. Those of you who are affected will be given severance packages. This is to help you while you find a new job and to thank you for your service. I'm truly sorry about this, but we have no choice. The financial pressure we're under is simply too great. However, if we rebound from this and hire more workers, those who were laid off will be our first choices.
Vocabulary Review.
Announcement. The principal made an announcement and told us that we won't have class on Friday. Competitor. The boxer's competitor watched how he fights so that he can beat him. Management. Our company's management has decided to pay all of us more money. Effect. Many people were affected by the big earthquake. Some of them even lost their homes. Pressure. Many families are feeling pressure because they have to work more than before to make enough money.